Greetings. My name is Jen Hirsch. I'm one of the corrective exercise specialists here at Crossroads Chiropractic and Wellness. I keep trying to come up with like a cute greeting for these videos and just can't come up with one, so we're just going to keep trying different ones. If you have any more questions about any of the things that I do in this video, feel free to reach out to us. All the stuff is in the bio. Basically, I've gone through and made a series of these videos for my corrective exercise clients in order to help with them with various things that we see coming into the office. Today's specialty is going to be wrist tightness at your desk. This is going to be some really just general tips. So the hope is for my corrective exercise clients that this will help you, but also if you run across this channel too, then awesome. Try them out. Let me know. Comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff, right? But that being the case, what I'd really like to do is address a couple different aspects of wrist tightness, right? So in general, what we're going to see is a lot of mid-back lack of strength, right? Pectoral tightness, and then it ends up kind of being here from posture issues. I say posture issues, but also there's a lot of contributing factors, let's be honest. I see this a lot more in my clients that work out regularly and then work office jobs because we go through and mobilize joints, we go through and get blood flow going, and then afterwards cool down at the office and boom, wrists start hurting, right? So we're gonna address the whole chain today. One of the first things I like to do is, of course, just a general good stretch, right? There's a lot of tightness into the forearm, which can cause a lot of issues into the wrist. Now, granted, there's gonna be a lot of contributing factors. This is a very general video, right? But if that's the case, then we wanna stretch the bicep. Now, I generally do this standing up, but for the sake of camera angles in the video, I'm just gonna kind of kneel down here and use the wall as an example. I also have another video that's all wall stretches for upper body. Feel free to check out the channel for that as well. This is just one of them. So I'm gonna take this nice flat hand here, right? And I'm going to turn into that stretch. And what's going to happen is I'm going to see that stretch and feel that stretch of the bicep all the way up through here if you're having some residual tightness. So that takes care of the bicep head, right? So for forearms, there's a couple of options. I mean, we can do our typical this business on your desk, right? For some people, that's too aggressive. So we can do this version. We could do this version. Those are great options. But a lot of times what happens is there's been a lot of compression through the joint, right? So what I want to do here is I want to mobilize the joint. In addition, more blood flow, all that good happy stuff, right? There's two bones that run down the arm here, right? So what I want to do is kind of pin them to immobilize them. Now I don't want to be like cutting off my circulation or anything, right? But I'm going to immobilize them, and then I'm just going to gently add movement to that joint here, wiggling the fingers, everything else. But in the way that these bones are not rotating. So I'm pinning those bones and then going through and moving the hand and wrist in whatever plane feels good, because that's going to get blood flow, it's going to get that moving. So we've stretched, we've mobilized. Now we want to go through and strengthen. A lot of issues with wrists is not just because we're T-Rexing at our desk, right? General ergonomics and desk posture will be another video, but in general, good 90s, right? Wrists are here, right? Not here. So keeping neutral is always good, right? Lots of just straightening and movement throughout the day. But we also want to strengthen that mid-back. So what I want to do here, I'm going to push my tongue on the back of my front two teeth. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to keep doing that, right? But for you, keep doing that while you do this activity. Make sure neck is staying neutral through this activity. We're not going to up here or up here, right? Just really double chin it and stay in that same line, just like this. I'm going to put my hands along the ridge of my head back here, and then I'm going to push my head back into my hands, making sure this stays neutral, right? I don't want to like rib out here, right? But right here, and with that tongue on the back of my teeth, I'm going to feel that activation all in through here. Now, everyone's different, right? So as I'm pushing back, here's like a side view, right? I can play with this kind of opening up of the shoulders a bit as long as these ribs don't flare. Hold that for 10 to 30 seconds, your call, a couple times a day. It's something that can really easily be done at your desk in between whatever you're doing. Phone calls, whatever, shut off your video on Zoom, that kind of stuff. Then we want to strengthen. Right, so we strengthen mid-back. Well, then we want to go through, and most people, not all, are having wrist issues because of lack of forearm strength, right? There's a lot of caveats to that. So what we really want to focus on, general application, would be to work the eccentric action, right? So concentric, eccentric, isometric is where you hold. So if you take a towel and just gently turn, control it back, turn, control it back, turn. What that's going to do is it's going to strengthen a lot of these tendons and connections in through here. Some people, it feels uncomfortable to break that wrist. So try to do the version maybe that doesn't break the wrist if that's the case. So when I say break the wrist, I'm trying not to, right? So just real gentle working of the forearm connections. That controlling it. 10 to 20 reps of that as well. These are general applications. Hopefully they'll help you out. If you have any additional questions, all the links are in the bio, and keep those wrists healthy at work, okay?